Hello, it's Miss Greger, and I am giving you instructions for HL2, Decision Making in the Teen Brain. Hopefully, you've either had class and heard me go through the slideshow and the videos, or you have watched the video lesson of me going through the slideshow and the movies and videos in that slideshow. Let's talk a little bit about how this assignment is expected to be done. You will have to use your information that you learn and apply it to a situation. So you're not going to be able to find the answer here. You're going to have to take the information, look at this story that I'm about to read to you, and apply the story of bingo to the information you've learned. Hopefully that'll be clear for you when I'm finished explaining. So consider this story. Now, the person starring, if you will, in our story is Bingo. Bingo has not been identified with a gender, and I use the name Bingo because when my granddaughter was here, she liked watching Bingo and Rolly. They're little puppy dogs that have adventures, cartoon characters. Anyway, here's your story. Bingo is just starting 10th grade in a new school. It has always been a tough challenge to find a group of friends. Bingo's parents are pretty strict, and Bingo has always been pretty good about staying within their boundaries. Bingo's been sitting with a fun group of kids at lunch every day. They begin to tell Bingo about a big party on Friday night at a hotel, where Bingo knows that there will be drinking and drugs. Bingo wants to have friends, and Bingo respects their parents. How does Bingo choose what to do? So here's a situation where Bingo has to make a decision. There is a lot to consider. So we're using this story to practice some of the skills in this lesson. We're going to look at what might influence Bingo in the story above and how Bingo's teenage brain might have an impact. We're also going to create some rules to keep Bingo safe when he gets his driver's license. So you may have to go back to the slideshow, okay, or the video clips to get the information necessary to complete these activities. So let's look at activity number 1. Activity number 1 is about influences on decision making. So if we go back to the slideshow and we look at the first 2 slides, this one and this one. Those slides are both lists of influences that could have an impact on Bingo's decision making. You might have to make up some missing parts of this story to fully explain your answers. Like, we don't know who Bingo lives with. We don't know a lot of things about Bingo. So you might have to make those up. So the first question, what does Bingo think or feel? Internal influences that may have an impact on that decision. How might those thoughts and feelings affect his decision? And then in external, what does Bingo see or hear? And how might those external influences affect his decision? That's activity number 1. Activity number 2, let's look at Bingo's teen brain. So you might have to go back to the slideshow and take a look at this slide, or go back and watch the movie clip here or the movie clip here. All of those things will help you. So this is the teenage brain. In the lesson, I went through and explained what each of these parts of the brain does and how it does those things for a teenager. Remember, bingo has a teenage brain. So when you answer, you must take a look at what the role of the prefrontal cortex is and how it works for a teenager and apply that to bingo's decision making. Do not just answer with what the prefrontal cortex does. I don't want to know that. I want to know, while bingo is having this decision that he has to make, or she, what is happening in the prefrontal cortex? What is happening in bingo's amygdala? What is happening in bingo's ventral striatum? Specific to this story. So don't just write, bingo's amygdala is very concerned about emotions right now. I want to know what emotions as it relates to the story. You got to take that extra step. Activity number 3. Bingo's almost 16. You watched this and this distracted driving PSAs. So in this activity, you are going to make some rules for bingo. Okay? He's asked for help, or bingo's dad said, hey, bingo, help me create bingo's set of rules for the road. You must have at least 5 rules. So establish 5 rules for bingo when bingo gets his license. Also, you are going to create a set of consequences. What happens if bingo breaks the rule? First time, second time, third time. Okay. Again, your due date is Monday, and I appreciate all that you're doing. Keep up the hard work. Gregor out.